Hi, this is Mike from MJB Floats. Just thought I'd show you this before I start the video. This is a center pin reel that I made some time ago. Doesn't have a clicker on it, just has a crude drag control knob on the back here, so I can restrict how the line goes out and just back it off, and it spins nice and freely. So anyway, I'm going to get on with about the floats. For holding on to my floats when I'm working on them, painting them, what have you, I found these little things. They're test meter probe clips. They have a little hook you can see at the end there, and that usually kind of sticks out straight. You have to bend it over in a bit of a loop so it grabs the eye on the float like so. And there's a little plastic protrusion kind of square thing that sticks out here. You've got to cut that off. And another mod, you have to glue a 2x6mm magnet on the top of the cap. And these caps kind of pull off relatively easy, so you can connect a wire to the thing there, but you don't want that. Now these only go on one way because I've chosen a black one, so it makes it hard to see, so I put these white marks on. There's a little notch, so it'll only go on that way. And this little tang here, you can see I put a red dot on there. You need to put a little drop of CA, just a little bit, not too much, on there, and then position the cap so it goes on like that, so it pushes down, so you can see the hook coming out the end there. And with the CA, you won't be able to pull the end off. The reason why this magnet clips onto a steel thing to suspend the float vertically, and then of course when you go to take it off, if you pull on that, sometimes you'll leave the top cap attached to the thing, and that's no good. So a few little mods to make it work, but they work really great. And then hooking them on the float, take a little piece of 3mm heat shrink, about 10 millimeters long. Yeah. Hook the eye on like that, and then push the heat shrink back so the end of the heat shrink comes to the end of the bottom of the stem. You don't want it up the stem or too far back this way. So put it in that position, and then you can clip the magnet onto something like that and hold this out horizontally and position the heat shrink, and then take a heat gun. I'm not going to do it because it's noisy and you won't be able to hear me. So shrink the heat shrink over the eye. Okay, and then that way the float will be captured just like this one is here. See the heat shrink? See how it's wrapped around the eye here? So now you've got something to hold on to here, whether you paint it with a brush or spray it or dip it, you've got something to hang on to, because this way you can dip the whole float in. You don't have to do half at a time and wait for it to dry. So once that's done and the float is dipped in the UV resin and put in the curing chamber, when it comes out, only takes 2 to 2.5 minutes, and it's fully cured. So after it comes out of there, all that's left to do is to take an X-Acto knife and cut along the heat shrink to release it from the clip. Don't push this end in while it's like this, it'll damage this. And once that's done, the float is finished and ready to use. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.